Hello and all, it's Nerdcraft here, bringing you a Korean ladder matchup here, spawning on the southern position or bottom left-hand corner of Daybreak. Yes, it is Daybreak. Is going to be none other than the red Protoss player QxG.Naniwa. And it's spawning on the opposite position in the upper right hand corner is going to be our blue Terran player, formerly of Slayers. It is none other than LiquidTaeJa. So TVP, Daybreak is probably my favorite map to play, at least in TVZ. I really love it. But you guys are probably thinking, it's like, oh yeah, sure, now you finally decided to make a video, huh? Finally decided to get some casting done. Yes, I, as much as I hated the fact that I did not cast that much, I have not been casting that much lately, it's because I've been focusing on actually playing StarCraft 2, you know, getting a lot better at it and stuff, and lately I've been in a really hardcore slump, and I'm just sitting in my room, just like, what am I gonna do? It's like, oh, why don't I just, and then I saw like, ooh, TaeJa replay pack, you know, let's just cast, like, I was like, no, let's study, and then I just thought, you know, why don't I just cast at least? Because that is how I like analyze and study styles in games. That's why I originally started casting, to tell you the truth, is to improve my play, and it works personally for me. I don't know about anyone else, but we see, you know, TVP, it's, with the recent patch changes and stuff, a lot of people are saying that a lot of Terran are having a very hard time in TVP, and we can see that Naniwa is going to be going for a Nexus first on, wow, that is, that's something I normally wouldn't do as a Protoss player against a Terran, but the game's changed ever since I played Protoss, and now the gateway is coming down. And you know, Daybreak is a very large map. You know, despite being a two-player map, it's very reminiscent of some old Brood War maps, because, you know, it's just so long. Like Sniper's Ridge, I believe, is one of them. And we actually have TaeJa going for a gasless expansion here by the looks of it, putting his command center down at the 16 supply mark. Fairly standard opening, actually, a 16 gasless. Normally you'd see some players just do it a little safer and put a bunker down and get the command center down at 20, so that way they have 4 Marines and 16 SCVs, you know, just, you know, that safety kind of thing. And we can see here that TaeJa is going to get the scout off in here. He does see the expansion, and as you've seen that, yes, there's a gateway here. Chronoing out a Zealot, the core going down right away. Standard. Just a little greedy play from both of them, but it doesn't really matter. It looks like we're going to have a, what is going on here? Looks like TaeJa is going to start putting on some pressure for Naniwa. By the looks of it, a bunker rush with only 1 Marine, I believe. And, oh, no, 2 Marines. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with this, really. Pressure your opponent. You don't want, especially Protoss, you don't want to let a Protoss get away with, you know, really nice macro and stuff. So you can pressure him, force him to make units. You see Naniwa's bringing out a stalker right now. And, well, of course, that would be standard anyway, but, you know, you can definitely get some probe kills, maybe even get the expansion if you're lucky. But here we have the bunker has been going down, and looks like those Zealots and probes decide to sidestep the bunkers. And now that we have the SCVs and Zealots with Marines going down in the fight there, we see that the SCVs just melting to the Zealots. They do so much damage. And nice micro there from Naniwa. TaeJa doing good micro as well. Actually only lost a single Marine in that engagement. The bunker has finished, but now it's just going to instantly be salvaged, and pretty good reaction there from Naniwa. As we look here, we have about even 7 probes and 6 SCVs, so not too much of a loss from either of them. If you consider the Marines that died, well, just 1 Marine died actually, and no Zealots died, so, or was there one? No Zealots died, so, you know, pretty impressive play there from Naniwa. Great reaction. TaeJa, you know, better luck next time when you're doing that kind of shenanigans. We can see here 2 barracks being added, more Marines just being produced. The bunker has been put down. Now, what is Naniwa up to right now? He only has 1 gas, and he's just sticking on that 1 gate. So pretty much what he's doing right now is he's waiting for warp gate to finish, but mainly he's just doing this. He's not really going to be focusing on teching right now. You know, he's getting some gas up to stock it away. And now he's going to be getting the second gas, but he just want to chrono out those probes as much as he can. If we look at the income tab here, we have 31 probes to 23 SCVs, and you know, that's exactly what this is all about. That's exactly what Naniwa wants to do. He's kind of just being let free to get out as much probes as he can. And, you know, he's constantly chrono boosting them, and you know, he has some energy for chrono there, and some energy, no energy there for chrono. So bad Naniwa, missing your chrono, and he's getting a really fast third. You normally don't see Protoss going for such fast thirds in TVP, but lately the matchup has been changing, and Protoss win rates in TVP have been steadily rising. Just for an example, 2 days ago, spoiler alert, Maru Prime versus Crater Prime TVP, you know, both really high caliber players, both of them former Code S. Yeah, Crater was in former S at Code S at one point, and Crater 2 owed Maru. Maru's not a player to be taken lightly. That's just crazy. That's how much this matchup has been changing. Of course, Puck is gonna still complain about Terran being overpowered, and there's a train going by my apartment right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to mention that. I'm in a new apartment right now, and here we see the scan going down. You're gonna see that, oh yeah, there's 2 gateways finished. If you didn't have any gateways, I'd probably be a little more worried. Robo and a 3rd gate is also going down here. This next is just finishing up because I have great timing like that. 3rd is also coming up from TaeJa. I got a little sidetracked there. I was like, yeah, but I got a new apartment, and you know, unfortunately for it, I am staying in the same town as my university, and I don't like the town that much because it's small and full of rednecks. But hey, you know, you gotta get by. You gotta get by. I just stay in my apartment and you know, stay in my apartment and play StarCraft, cast StarCraft, which is actually funny because I'm in Moorhead, which is just you know, just across the river from Fargo. If anyone knows what where Fargo is, Fargo, North Dakota, and Fargo is the only city I've ever been to within the U.S. that has a cyber cafe. That's just hilarious, I thought, of all the like towns that aren't exactly urbanized and stuff. But here we have TaeJa coming up here, gonna try and force his way in. He needs to focus down those sentries. If he can focus down those sentries, that'd be really good. You know, he's definitely not gonna come out on top with this, but he could have at least done some damage to Naniwa's army by focusing down those sentries. But yeah, I found it really funny though that Fargo of all towns it's a town. It's not a city. Well, I suppose it's a city. It has 3 skyscrapers. They're not close together though. So yeah, I just find that funny because a lot of people from what I've seen in Fargo and Moorhead, they don't really like gaming. They don't really think they think like gaming is a bad thing and stuff like that. Like, I'm in a school organization called the League of Rock, and that's a community, competitive gaming community. We're pretty much like our team's esports team, or our school's esports team, and we mainly concentrate in League. But like, we were having such a hard time fighting the administration for rights, for like, you know, to let us have a room and stuff like that. So we have 2 more gateways coming out. I'm sorry I keep rambling on here. The Twilight Council has been made. Blink is just about to finish up here. The Robotics Bay is also coming up too, which is interesting enough, something you usually don't see, or not usually don't see, but you haven't seen as often as usual in the TVP matchup. You know, TVP for the longest time was Protoss Turtle, you know, maybe do some Zealot harass or some DT harass, you know, and then after that, you'll get up to about 4 or 5 Colossus, get Blink, and then hope you can target down those Vikings faster than they can target down your Colossus. That was kind of like the matchup, but now it's changed so much because you don't see Colossus as much, and when you do, it's fewer numbers. You see a lot of upgrades because of Crater Prime. He created that, you know, he kind of Crater Prime created that, but he kind of came up with that, you know, upgrade heavy style. And Charge, another upgrade you didn't see for the longest time, suddenly being researched. Although I do wish, instead of Charge, Protoss had, actually no, I don't wish that because I'm Terran and my worst matchup is TVP, but leg enhancements from Brood War. It's not Charge, but they run a lot faster. You can see here that, yeah, 3 Zealots coming down in here. Going to scout the 3rd here and maybe try and do some damage here. We're going to be able to focus down a Marauder, I think. At the same time, we have a little engagement coming up here over at Naniwa's 3rd. And if we check out the upgrades, it's 1-0 for both of our players. TaeJa having +1 weapons and Naniwa having +1 armor, but here we got Blink and be able to focus on those medevacs, which is very big, and your army just disintegrates so fast when you don't have medevacs or enough medevacs, things like that. Ship weapons level 1 is coming up, as well as 2 Vikings, and then we also have level 1 infantry armor finishing up just now, and now 2-2 is on its way. For Naniwa, we have 2-1 +2 armor, +1 weaponry coming up here for him, which is you know, armor upgrades. I've noticed Protoss tend to go, or at least professional Protoss players. God knows, since you're in the Silver League, you're not going to see something exactly smart. Dude, I don't know why, but I thought that Colossus was walking on this. I'm like, what the? You can do that? But armor has become a very important upgrade for Protoss, mainly because you're going to start focusing a lot on zealots, and you know, when your zealots can stay alive longer, you know, you're going to tend to want to go for that. We'll zoom in there. Templar Archives is also coming up, as well as 2 more gateways. We also have the 4th for Naniwa coming down here, and you know, this game hasn't exactly had that much action in it. You know, a couple skirmishes here and there. A lot of it's mainly posturing, trying to find a weakness, trying to see if their opponent can make a mistake. And here we're going to have an engagement coming in here, and you know, just a little skirmish. I wonder, yes, Control W does work on this map. Thank God for GSL. Level 2 weapons are just about to finish up here for TaeJa. Level 1 weapons is finished up for Naniwa. Now level 2 is, and so I think he's going to engage once this level 2 armor is finished. Again, they're both just posturing, trying to find the a weakness here. And of course, Naniwa, he tends not to make that many mistakes. There are only 5 Vikings out here, and 2 Colossus. So yeah, they can eat through those, or 3 Colossus. Eat through those Colossus pretty quickly, but at the same time, you know, there's enough Stalkers there to really focus them down. It's going to come down to almost perfect positioning too. And we have 3 Zealots over here. Where did those come from? I think he just went around here, and they're going to be going to the 3rd here. It's exactly what Naniwa needs if he wants to win this game. He just needs to create a distraction for TaeJa. They're both maxed out right now, so they're just waiting on upgrades. Level 2 ship weaponry is coming up, and level 3 weapons, and now we have Naniwa here coming in. Here's the engagement. Stim goes off. Guardian shields are up. The Colossus in the back are just going to be tearing everything up, but unfortunately Naniwa didn't have his Zealots too forward. Was that an EMP I saw go off? I don't think so, no. And now the High Templar come in, some storms get off, and a lot of TaeJa's army goes down, but not enough. TaeJa is, you know, now TaeJa's just going to charge in here. There's quite a bit of Zealots back here. Single Templar being made. Double Robo, so Naniwa is going to be able to have 2 Colossus out at the same time. Archons being morphed right away, 3 Archons. And these, luckily there's only 2 medevacs here, because these Marines and Marauders are just so low on health, and these Zealots, you know, they got great armor going, but TaeJa is also 2-2 as well. Level 3 armor is on its way, so they're both 2-2 armies. Looks like this 4th is going to go down. Naniwa, I don't think, is panicking too much by the looks of it. No, he's just thinking, okay, I gotta get my warp gates up. Just gotta get an army and try to clean all of this up. The probes being chased down, not anymore. They decided to spare them, except that Marauder. He's like, I want to shoot you, which is mean for Marauders. And actually, some Marines are joining in the fun. This is like the worst kind of bullying ever. Like, if you're in school, kids, don't bully. It sucks to be bullied. I know, I have a lot of bullying experience. Not doing it, but you know, being bullied. So here we have the High Templars coming forward. Oh man, they both get sniped right away. Blink Stalker, though, by the looks of it, they're going to be able to hold it by taking out all those Vikings and let the Colossus just rip face. 8 kills for that one, 5 kills for that one, but now some Marauders stimming in. Going to try and focus down this Colossus. One goes down, and the second one does go down. Talk about Hero Marauder. His final breath was, I told you I could do it. And everyone doubted me. My dying breath was, I told you I could do it, because I did it. And interesting place to build a Nexus, considering there's an army over there. So it looks like they both have kind of evened up. If we check out the workers lost, which is, God, what is it? This is how long I haven't casted. I don't even know what I don't know which hotkeys are which. Clean up this army over here, and you know, we have 114 units and 175. Of course, Protoss units tend to cost a lot more. And 24 workers killed by TaeJa, but 27 killed by Naniwa. So you know, he does have that going for him right there. I think those are the Zealots over here were able to, you know, get a good amount of SCVs dead. And, you know, I love this. Naniwa is continuing that pressure. He's telling TaeJa, like, hey, man, don't let up, because if you do, you know, I'm going to have Zealots in the mineral lines. Of course, this observer there sees that there is indeed a planetary fortress. Level 3 armor is about halfway done, and more Vikings coming out, but I don't think Naniwa is going to continue his Colossus production here. We see the army coming in. Nice flank there. Oh, not much of a flank when the initial attackers are dead. So, yeah. What was it? Oh, man. Don't you just hate that when you lose your train of thought? It's like, yeah, I have a great point. And all of a sudden, oh, there it goes. Flutters in the wind away. It's like, I was going to say something, but I can't remember. Oh, yeah. Looks like Naniwa is going to stop continuing his Colossus production, just focus now in High Templars and Zealots. Very great unit composition, very hard to handle. Terran players do have a hard time handling that High Templar Zealot composition. Of course, we see here that there is a Ghost Cavian. Mobius Reactor is finished, and now we have one Ghost coming out. I wonder, do we have any other Ghosts? No, this is going to be the only Ghost. He's going to be the only one. The only Ghost on the whole field with that single EMP round. And like, he's gonna cloak and run forward, and as he's running forward, he knows that that entire Terran army behind him is watching him, waiting for that EMP. Now we see that some Zealots and High Templar are being warped in over there, but here's the engagement. Massive storms going off there. It looks like these Colossus are gonna go down right away, but yeah, now there's no Zealots. Actually, I just want to say, these High Templar, I was about to say don't have storm, but obviously they are almost all full energy each. So pretty good for Naniwa. He was able to take out a lot of medevacs, and that's going to force more medevac production. Rather have medevac, or no, I mean he took out all the Vikings, and that's kind of going to go force Viking production. If he stops Viking production, of course he's only going to have one Viking, and then there's going to be like 30 Colossus on the field, which is never a good situation. I personally know. Storm going down, they're going to be able to kill one unit, but not much. Oh man, two great storms going off. TaeJa trying to get out of there, but some units just tank some damage hard. And we have a War Prism up here. There is a DT Shrine. There's a Dark Templar Shrine on the field, so it looks like we're going to have some DT Warpins over here. Storm goes in. Going to be able to kill those units there, obviously. Puddle of Blood. Now the War Prism coming in, going to go straight into like warp mode. Don't know what it's called. And going to warp in some Zealots, interesting enough. I would have suspected DTs instead. Well, some Zealots and at least a single DT to kind of cover the DTs. And man, that army ate a lot of damage, a lot of storm there, but still able to get through. More storms going off. Jeez, Naniwa's storms are just really good right now. There are Ghosts in there, but they haven't been getting those EMPs down. Archon's in the back here with 2 High Templars with storms ready. And this fourth is going to go down again. I just bit my tongue. Ow! 2 DTs are now being warped in over yonder somewhere. I don't know where they are. I can't find it. There they are. Zealots charging forward. Going to try and get that storm off. Unfortunately, Snipe going down. Scan going to reveal those DTs. But they're not being focused down, which is, you know, sucks. That DT really just narrowly escaped death right there. Man, I keep trying to use the middle mouse button to, like, use the cinematic thing, and it keeps, like, centering it. Archon's coming in from the back. Looks like this 5th is going to go down as well. 2 Colossus now. Colossus production, this is what I was saying earlier. Naniwa's just going to wait for TaeJa to not have Vikings, and then he's just going to switch straight into Viking production, or he's going to switch straight into Colossus production. But of course, TaeJa, after seeing that Colossus, is making some Vikings right now. And I was about to say, watch that single High Templar storm the living crap out of that guy. But these 2 expansions are going to go down right away. If you check out the income, TaeJa's significantly ahead because the front of this entire battle has been in Naniwa's bases and things like that. Naniwa hasn't been able to, you know, get over here or get over here. Of course, he's sending some DTs around, which I just freaking love about that. Naniwa was just so consistent on this harass, but unfortunately that DT is going to be attacking the planetary fortress and revealing a lot of SCVs going down over here. Actually, only 4. And now the DT silently steals away to the night. Well, actually, no, he's in space and he's cloaked, which makes you wonder. Whoa. That was cool. It's just makes me wonder now, you know, they're in space. How do Protoss breathe in space? You know, Marines is self-explanatory. You know, they have like suits on with like oxygen tanks and stuff. And you know, when you're a DT, the last thing you want to walk into is a missile turret. Probably gonna go scan there. No, uses EMP but misses, forces a scan. A little embarrassing there for TaeJa. Zerg, I can understand. They don't breathe. They just, you know, next trip they had was or between planets, they like store up enough oxygen and they're like so efficient that they can just, you know, live like days without having to breathe. I can understand that because that's kind of like what Zerg's all about. It's like that evolution aspect and thing. Terran, they obviously have suits, except for, well, the Ghosts do have suits, and that would be vacuum proof, technically. But the High Templar, or I mean, but you know, Protoss, how do they breathe? Oh man, huge EMPs going down on those High Templar, but fortunately, a couple of feedbacks and a storm going down, another storm going down. Oh man, TaeJa is just running through these storms, all gleefully happy, which you don't want to do. Running through storms hurts. It breaks your mind, things like that. And this army is really low on red, but Naniwa has no units to deal with it. So it looks like this might be the end of the game here for Naniwa. Not sure. DT's being warped in. Unfortunately, there was a scan checking for them. And now the gates are slowly going to be picked away here. 5 Zealots being warped in. High Templar are coming down. You know, if a couple storms get off, man, great feedbacks on those Ghosts. But if a couple storms get down on this army is dead. Just so much. Unfortunately, that High Templar was just really ready to go. He wanted to relive his glory days as a Zealot and charge right into the enemy. DT is being warped in, and nice storm goes down. Looks like it's gonna, if not kill that storm, if not kill the entire army, at least the majority of them. And we have TaeJa just streaming reinforcements across. There's the GG from Naniwa, and TaeJa takes this game very aggressively. Well, not like super early aggressively, but he takes this game pretty well. Pretty aggressive, you know, like once he started attacking, he just didn't stop attacking, he didn't let up at all. Naniwa trying to do stuff like that, you know, by constantly sending these Zealots over here to the third, which is really good, you know, like I always kept TaeJa, you know, kind of back, but just, it didn't fully stop him. So, hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I enjoyed casting it. My name is Nerdcraft, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that is it, I am out.